Hi there, Jahangir. Nice to see that you've written this essay for us. Good work. Let's take a look and see what you wrote in this particular essay. The topic is international marketing. I see that you've highlighted some things. Good. I hope that helped you. Let's see what you wrote. The recent prevalence of global commercialization has raised concern among a significant number of exponents who consider such practice as an invasion for their homeland. However, I want to chime with those who believe that in addition to myriads of benefits, such promotional methods may assist organizations to achieve their goals in a cost-effective way. Okay, so you're definitely showing that you've got some good vocabulary. Okay. Some of it is used really well. Some of it you could have changed. Okay. So, for example, I don't know what you mean by exponents. I think you mean proponents. All right. Maybe you don't mean proponents because they consider it an invasion. So proponent is usually a supporter, whereas you are actually talking about the retractors, the people who don't believe in this. Okay, also, careful. We're talking about international marketing, and global commercialization is something else. So be careful. And I think you may not want to chime in with those. This is a little too conversational. I know it's a nice idiomatic expression, but I don't think it's the most appropriate thing here. All right? Okay, fine. Let's move on. On the one hand, it is argued that the pervasive nature of global advertisements may promote cultural hegemony. In other words, the extent of universal advertisements is so pervasive, you don't need a comma, that it evidently controls the purchasing decisions of local people and very often compels them to deviate from their ancestral culture, compels them to, very often compels them, let me read it again, to deviate from their ancestral culture to, that's what you want. Because it's from this, to moving with the new flow, probably singular would be best. For instance, massive advertisements of Western dresses have allured a significant number of impressionable youths to opt for that instead of wearing their own traditional cloths. If you want to say clothes, it should be spelled with an E. Apart from that, I would have liked the takeaway sentence here. Okay, now, while I like some of this, I also have to remind you what international marketing does and what it is. It actually does take into account all of these sort of cultural differences, and tries to show an awareness of those differences in different cultures. So I don't know if this is absolutely the most appropriate example. Let's move on. However, these promotional tools have significantly positive roles in the business community, and one most evident benefit of such methods is that because it's, do you mean the benefit? I assume you mean methods, is that they allow business people to inform consumers about their business in a cost-effective way. What I mean by this is that, no comma, as the same message is delivered to every corner of the world to describe a particular commodity or service, so no additional customization cost is needed, which may enable the producer to... Whoa, long sentence. Okay, I'm lost. Let me try this again. What I mean by this is that as the same message is delivered to every corner of the world to describe a particular commodity or service, so no additional customization cost is needed, which may enable the producer to educate the consumer about their products at a reasonable cost. Okay, I think I know what you're trying to say. I think we definitely need to break up this sentence because it is really, really too long. I mean, it's 4 lines long, okay? Okay, and the other problem with this sentence, besides the fact that it's long and that it somehow got a little murky grammatically, is that it's actually showing me that you've misunderstood what international marketing is, unfortunately, because international marketing does exactly that. It does customize the advertisement or the, form of marketing in order to show an awareness of cultural differences. So there is, in fact, customization. So unfortunately, not only is this sentence too long, but it's actually inaccurate. It's not really what international marketing is, I'm afraid. Okay, so let's move on. For instance, during Olympic Games, all right, so during the Olympic Games, comma, sponsors can disclose the inherent qualities of the products to millions of people at the same expense, which is a big savings, comma, in terms of cost. Okay, not the greatest example. I know what you're trying to say, but that's not what international marketing is. Just, I want you to be aware. Moreover, instillment of creative ideas among local people can certainly be facilitated by global promotion with no the. For example, the idea of global marketing through Facebook has evidently motivated a good number of local youths to use the same platform for exploring and selling their products. Okay, I would not have given this its own paragraph. Okay, it's a nice example, but I wouldn't have given it its own paragraph by any means because you now have 3 body paragraphs, and I'd like you to avoid that. Try to stick to 2, okay? To conclude, albeit the custom of universal marketing. All right, this is incorrect grammatically. You can't say albeit. I think what you mean here is although. Let's try it with although. To conclude, although the custom of universal marketing has seemingly derailed us from our existing bastion to some extent, we cannot ignore its advantages in every sphere, singular, of our lives. Okay, so yeah, there's some mistakes here. I think I've spent really a considerable amount of time showing you what some of the weaknesses of this essay are. You do, despite the weaknesses, you do have some nice vocabulary. You do have some nice grammar. You know what the problem is? The problem is that that nice grammar and that nice vocabulary is not consistent. So you had things like cultural hegemony, which was nice, allure, impressionable youths. I mean, so all of this is lovely. Unfortunately, it's not consistent. It's not sustained appropriate language. And so this is something that I absolutely want to see you working on, okay? I think that you would really benefit from continued essays and essay corrections. You definitely need more feedback so that you can continue to improve. Again, as I mentioned before, you were a little off topic, not a little, you were off topic as in that I don't think you completely understood what international marketing is. You know what, it happens all the time. But take a look and see which of the options in the site basically work for you best. I do really want to see you working with us so that we can help you, okay? You've got some nice elements in your writing, so let's see if we can pull all those elements together and get you the score you need. All right, well, thanks for writing this. I enjoyed reading it. Good luck, and I hope to see more of your essays soon.